Hello, my name is Mariana and today this is a reading for Cancer. So Cancer, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck. So the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Cancer, you are showing up here as very realistically accepting who you are and enjoying that moment of allowing all of your shadows to be integrated to who you are, because that is what is bringing you the sense of fairness and justice, which is also something that, you know, has been coming up in the recent readings about this justice to the world. In this case for you, Cancer, I feel like it's to your own world and how you feel good about being in this world, in this circumstantial existence. It's like what this human experience means to you and how abundant it can feel once you integrate all that was being denied or all that was being hidden and cast away from your mind, really. It's like you're allowing this thing that was hurting you, perhaps because you were, it's almost like it was becoming bigger because you were denying or because you didn't want to see it. And now I feel like you are, it's like you have your arms open, you're looking up, you're allowing it to rain down on you. So we're beginning this reading with the Eight of Swords, but actually it came reversed. And the sensation that I had was, you know, that very soft rain. It's like the initial stages of rain when the water is just beginning to come down from the sky, and it's like it's very soft and it's very fresh. It's like that sensation that it feels good on the skin. It's not something that is like that pouring rain that, you know, the drops of rain are hurting your skin. It's nothing like that. It's something that I feel like you make peace with. It's like you are enjoying that moment. It's almost like this liberation, this moment of release of those things that were holding you captive, that were holding you. It's almost like, you know, that pouring rain that really keeps you inside and it makes you scared, or it makes you, you know, those loud thunders and, you know, those very scary lightnings and all of that thing, right? It's like that big storm that it's like it's always out there somewhere ready to get you. It's like it was keeping you stuck, or it was keeping you locked inside. And I feel like for some reason this Eight of Swords today, it's coming through as like that very soft, fresh rain. It's like, you know, those summer storms that it's very refreshing, right? It's like at the end of this very sunny, hot day, it's like the rain comes and freshens the air, and it's like the most gorgeous feeling. It's like, you know, there's even like rainbows in the sky, and it's like, it's very spectacular. I don't know if you've seen something like that, but this is how I'm seeing this Eight of Swords reversed for you. And I feel like what this brings for you is a sense of stability, but also harmony. Because what I was picking up with the Six of Pentacles was, first of all, the six to me brings this movement. It's like, it's something that is always dynamic, but it's like this very organized dynamic. It's not something chaotic. It's not something overwhelming, especially coming as the Six of Pentacles. It's something that has a certain order. It's coming through it now with the word of it has a great proportion. So it's not something that is too much or too little. It's like it's just the right amount of rain that is coming from the clouds. So I feel like you're still moving forward. You're still progressing, because this is how I'm seeing this, but it's like you're not overwhelmed by this anymore. You're not perhaps scared by the storm anymore. You're not locking yourself in or keeping yourself, it's interesting what the word that was coming through right now is like keeping yourself hostage in this. It's almost like you were preventing yourself from discovering the beauty of the rain because you were maybe thinking that the rain was too sharp or too aggressive or potentially too hurtful or too damaging. So the Six of Pentacles is talking about moving forward with harmony and stability. And I feel like part of that is because you're asking the right questions. So this Knight of Swords coming next, the first time that you move, that it's like you're taking the steps, progressing forward to go and experience this rain. It's like you're tasting the rain in a different way because you're seeing it with a new perspective. And it's interesting because the image that I'm receiving from this Knight of Swords with the Eight of Swords, it's like before this moment, Cancer, perhaps you would go outside wearing this very heavy helmet, meaning, you know, this could be this analogy for like, you know, these mental blocks or these mental barriers or defense mechanisms in order not to be hit by the rain, by the negativity, by the density, by the threat, whatever it is that is associated with the Eight of Swords for you. So I feel like it's the very first time that you go out to experience the rain for what it is without creating things that, it's almost like the fear of anticipation. So it's like you were always more protected because of your fear of anticipation that this would hurt you. But now that there is like this, and I want to say there is curiosity here in the Knight of Swords. There is curiosity in the question, and that's the right question that you're asking yourself. What would happen if I just didn't use my helmet? If I just didn't wear it to go outside in the rain? Will I be hurt? I will only know this if I experience it, if I test it. And I feel like this is what you're doing. It's like you're allowing yourself to lower, or it's like not even take the defense mechanisms with you, because it's like, and this is the surprise, this is what is going to shift your mind, because to me the Knight of Swords is like so curious and so interested that it allows paradigm shifts to occur in the mind. And this is what I feel like you're having. It's like this paradigm shift once you go out in the rain, because of the stability and the harmony that you're bringing with you. It's like you're moving forward, experiencing something maybe that you have already experienced, like, you know, standing outside in the rain. It's like it's something that you have seen, but with another mindset. Now you're going without the defenses, without the barriers, without the barricade that you perhaps were wearing the other times. And I feel like that really, it brings down some sort of download with the Ace of Swords also reversed. It's interesting because the swords cards, they're, you know, these two swords, and you know, this is also a sword, but it's the Knight. So it's like you're going out there. It's like somehow this helmet or this defense, this blockage was keeping you from being hit by the right lightning. I know this is strange, Cancer, but hold here with me. It's like this. Here you were putting everything in the same pot. Whatever was out there in the storm was hurtful, was negative, was not for you, was not for your benefit, right? It was detrimental to you if you were exposed to any of this. But with the Ace of Swords coming here, it's like you only allow this truth to hit you, to enter your mind because of this paradigm shift. Well, first of all, because you are in harmony, but also because you're allowing yourself to know this differently, to re-know this experience by taking off your helmet. And by doing so, it's almost like you're seeing it differently. You're not putting everything in the same mixed bag of whatever this is, right? It's like those traumas, those fears, everything that was keeping you locked inside. The Ace of Swords is talking about how part of, you know, it's almost like one of the drops that is going to hit you, because also something that I didn't mention, not so detailed, but when I was seeing the drops, you know, of rain hitting your face or just reaching you, they dissolved. it's almost like the points, the sharp points of the arrows, they didn't hit you. It's like they didn't even reach you. It's like they dissolved. It's almost like rain, but then evaporating, right? The water coming down, but then evaporating. But one of them hits you. It's like it melts. I don't know how to explain this. The sensation that I'm having, it's like a drop of water that it's more significant than the others, because it's almost like, have you ever had like this experience of somebody doing like an oil massage in you, and they drop like this very warm drop of oil over your forehead? It's like just the most gorgeous sensation. This is how I'm seeing this. It's very, but it's more like here, right at the top of the head, because it's like something that reaches the mind, because now you're not wearing the helmet of protection that was keeping you from distinguishing this from the rest. You see what I mean? So this is interesting because it's making you look inside whatever is entering, because you're experiencing this storm outside in a different way. You're seeing it, and maybe for the truth of what it is, without all of the fears associated. The same time that you're looking in with this ace pointing towards the inner world of yours, the Three of Wands coming next, you see here how we have this triangular shape that is pointing down, and then there is another triangle here that is, you know, making this way forward or upwards. What this Three of Wands is talking about is that at the same time that you allow yourself to experience something that, you know, it's almost like you're reliving some sort of not necessarily the trauma, but the thing that would trigger your fears. Relive that thing, but experience it with a new mindset, without all of the defenses, all of the thoughts that would scare you. Allow this truth to it's like to enter your space, to penetrate your brain, your mind. And then the moment that it happens, it's like this download that really, it shifts your perspective, because the more that you look in, the more you're able to look out. This is how I'm seeing the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is talking about the horizon. It's talking about what is up ahead. So the more that you look into yourself, integrating everything that once scared you, allowing those things to evaporate, but holding this one thing that is it's very meaningful to you, because it really shifts your mind, then this allows you to look forward with a new pair of eyes, or a new set of understandings that make you see your future. It's like with a new horizon. It's like you're no longer seeing what is ahead the same way as before. And I feel like that really, really impacts how you see your world, because the World card coming here, again, you know, this card has been coming up a lot lately. And it's been talking about, you know, collectively has been talking about justice coming to the world, balance coming to the world in a sense of bringing more equilibrium, more serenity perhaps, but also justice in that literal sense of justice. In your case, I feel like it's not so much in this overall scenario that we're talking about justice, but it's more like you stop. Remember when I was talking about you holding yourself hostage? It's almost like maybe you, unaware that you were doing so, you were punishing yourself by not allowing yourself to experience the beauty of rain or the beauty of a storm, because of all of the fears that you usually associated to this thing or to those things. And so the moment that this specific drop of rain penetrates your mind, and it really makes you look to yourself and see yourself differently, it shifts the way that you see your horizon, your own future, and your world. So this is talking, it's not really talking about the planet. That's what I was sensing into, but it's really talking about your personal world, because what this is symbolizing is like the union between the inner world and the outer world that the Three of Wands is representing. So the Ace of Swords pointing down, it's talking about going in, so the inner world, but then it quickly wants to be combined with the Three of Wands to include the outer world. So it's not just like a very sensorial or mystic or like a imaginative, subtle experience. It's not just in the realm of the brain or the mind. It's also out there. It's like you're seeing things differently out there, because it is it's like the download that is coming to you. It's like it's leaving. It's like this grid. There's something about the grid of your world that it's shifting. It's almost like seeing the Matrix. I know that, you know, I don't talk a lot about Matrix because it really, I don't have words to talk about the Matrix, but to me, my understanding of Matrix is the mother. It's almost like a safety net for us to organize ourselves here in this plane. So it's almost like this, what is the word? Like a quilt? I think that's the word. That you join various pieces of, you know, fabric, and histories is what is coming through. So I feel like there's something about, like, it's like the fabric of your life, or the quilt of your life that makes up your world, your personal world. It's like these tiny pieces, it's like they tell a story. It's like they are, it's almost like being embraced by your own world, but it's like, it's like your inner world turning outside, and then the outside world turning inward. It's like this, well, it's this type of harmonious exchange, but with yourself. This is all you going on inside of you, but also outside of you. So it's like there is, again, this is very dynamic, although it can be perceived as very stable and very steady because of the harmony. It's not overwhelming to you, but I want to say it's very big, because we are ending this reading, well, this part of the reading, with the Empress, and actually the Empress also came reversed. And I feel like, you know, maybe this is the most amount of reverse cards that I had in one reading, or at least in one part of the reading. But actually, what I saw with the Empress was, you know, in yoga, there is this pose, the child's pose, that you, it's like you're reverencing yourself. It's like you're putting your head down, and it's like, it's almost like this fetal position in a sense, but it's not fetal. It's like you are bowing down to yourself. And I feel like this is what I was seeing with this Empress reversed. But then when I turned upside down, it felt very good, because I feel like it's brief. It's like this honoring of your own world. It's allowing the fabric of your world, maybe all of the stories that you hold within your own personal life, or your own history, like this time around, because you're integrating everything. It's like you're not leaving aside anything. You are integrating even those things that really scared you, even those things that kept you locked inside maybe your inner world for so long. But now that you're integrating everything, it's like you're able to see your inner world with a new perspective, and that is giving you a new perspective about the outside world as well. So when these two are combined together, it's like a blanket. It's like your world it's enveloping you, but you are also wearing your world. It's interesting because talking about wearing the helmet, it's like you take off the helmet, you allow your brain to breathe, is what I just heard, but then the world around you involves you, and it's like this cozy blanket, right? This quilt that has a lot of history. There is a lot of history. It's like your experiences, your inner experiences, because of this download, it's like they're seen differently now, and it's like they're opening your eyes to the horizon, to a new possibility of living your world, living in this world, living your life here right now, but holding holding those memories, right? Like the quilt with, you know, each piece reminding you of, you know, an experience or a person or a situation or a moment in your life. It's like they make up the grid of your world. And that with the Empress, you know, when you bow to that, when you allow, it's because you see how it resembles. It's almost like I'm seeing you again going to child's pose in, you know, in yoga, and it's like you're honoring your world and your world is honoring you. It's the same thing. It's like the inner and the outer are joined. It's like now it's one and the same, but there is no shame about this, or there is no fear about this. There's only inclusion and embracing. Because when I turned upside down, this is when I turned upright, the Empress, that's the feeling that I had. It's almost like, you know, just like in yoga, right? When you are rising from child's pose and then going upwards to the mountain pose, it's like this is the shift. This is the shift between this and this. It's like you're all crawled up, you know, together, but also being embraced by this blanket, by this grid of your world, by this quilt of your stories and everything that makes you who you are. But then it's almost like you're growing from that. It's like it's really brief, but it's really meaningful, because it's like, this is when you open your arms. I often say, sorry, like this. This is when you open your arms, and it's like opening your wings. I often say that these look like wings to me. So I feel like you're opening your wings after you show your respect to your own personal world, inner and outer, and how both of them are so intertwined. It's like it's the same fabric, you see? It's the same fabric. It's just a matter of perspective when you are looking from the outside or when you're looking from the inside. It's the same world, but it's like it's the two sides of the blanket, the two sides of the quilt. They tell different sides of the story perhaps, but it's the same story. It's the same world. It's the same experience. And there is no longer this denial about this. So there's just embracement there. It's like you're just embracing it. You're just opening your wings and you're allowing yourself to, it's like to savor this moment, to enjoy the raindrops, enjoy the storm, enjoy what could have been very scary a while ago, but now seems to be very harmonious. So there's a lot that is happening here, and I feel like it's just the beginning. For some reason, I want to say that. It's like, this is revealing, maybe because it's like such a recent download or such a recent shift in your mind, that I feel like it's like you're allowing it to sink in, to enter your system, and to change your perspective on things, on your world, on yourself, how you are in the world, how rich is this human experience, and how you can honor it with, you know, everything that you hold in you, with everything that you bring with you. So it's almost like the quilt continues. It's like it's like you can continue joining the pieces and, you know, building this grid and, you know, making your world larger and larger and larger because of this, because of the new horizons that, you know, is opening up for you. So Cancer, this is very beautiful. I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.